Hey music fans! As a roadie, I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road, and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios, and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie, and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. Have we ever heard of a band called LOVEBITES?
Perhaps in one of your other episodes?
Okay, it could be. It could be.
Okay.
We'll jump into it together and you can let me know.
Okay.
My next guest on my Road Dogs and Rock Gods series is Annie Balliro. She is the CEO and founder of Uniphigood. Annie's worked with the Hard Rock International as the head of philanthropy, artist relations, and memorabilia. In addition to the Hard Rock International, she's worked at Island Def Jam. Along the way, Annie has built relationships with artists like Willie Nelson Family, Ringo Starr, Lionel Richie, Yoko Ono, Darryl, DMC, McDaniels, and Melissa Etheridge. Uniphigood now manages over 30 astronauts. That's right, astronauts. She has literally taken management to space. I'd also like to throw a shout out, a thank you to the people here at magicmind.com. They sent me a number of these packets. I truly appreciate it. I like their line, reclaim your brain. It is important to keep your brain active. This is for cognition, for less stress. That's my less stress. For energy and for vitality. Thank you, people at Magic Mind, for thinking of me. Guys, let's jump into this together and let's see what my friend Annie here has to say about your favorite band. So this is LOVEBITES. We're in Japan here. We're going to do some metal. These ladies are really, really good. You may have seen them, you may not have. You're not totally sure. So we're going to watch this together and you can let me know. I selected a song that I don't play for guests often. So either way, I'm going to guess you haven't seen this track.
Probably not.
You'll see. Okay. It's called Judgment Day. And I like it. I think it's good.
Okay. My cheeks hurt from smiling.
Yeah. Was this the band that you had seen?
I don't think I watched a whole episode though. And I love how strong they are and just so like boss about it all. And they're like calm and like strong. And then the music is like that. I mean, it's incredible. Really. That's absolutely incredible. But that confidence and that just like boss ladying the whole stage. But then the music has a whole other energy going on. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
It's neat stuff. I'm a big fan of theirs. I'm actually going to go see them perform here in Los Angeles. One of my subscribers, a
gosh.
Patreon member guy named Bernard, surprised me and bought me a couple tickets to go to the
Oh,
show.
that's so cool. Are they touring around the US or just
Yeah,
in
they're
LA?
going to be coming to the US, so they're going to be playing here in Los Angeles here at the end of September. I think it's in September.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. I'll get to see them perform. But
So
yeah,
cool.
I think there's some...
I wonder if your experience will be like it's going to be like out of body because then you're going to be there live, whereas normally you're watching on the screen and thinking about things. You're going to be like wanting to hit things on the, the volume levels or something,
I don't know. No, I think I could be. I was never a sound guy. And usually I look at the lighting a lot of the time and I'd be like, ooh, good idea. Oh, that was smart. But I haven't toured in so long. I don't know. I went recently to an Atari's show and
oh yeah.
And that one, my girlfriend was like, "Oh, it's so good to see you in your element." I was looking around like, I don't remember any of this stuff.
Isn't it something like when you know how like the soup is made kind of thing? It is interesting, like going to a show, your filter's different. It's the same thing I find with like movies, like trying to watch movies about space or music. I actually have a really hard time watching those,
So with film, because I did a bit of film too, I'm a much worse critic. In film, I'll get annoyed and be like, oh my gosh, who did this art department or whatever. With music, I'm way more lending. I'm there to have a good time.
Just let it go a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to see a really good show. And if they're not the best performers,
that's awesome.
I want
everybody... Are you a merch person? Do you like to go buy the merch and like, are you into merch and all that stuff?
Not really. No.
No.
Although I keep it all. So maybe so. I still have t-shirts from high school from bands. So maybe.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised what the original vintage ones go for. It's like unbelievable. Honestly, it's like crazy. But I love it. It's great. And that's a big part of people supporting musicians. And I'm a crazy person. I buy all the merch first, so that way I have it before I get to the show. Like it sounds so silly, but yeah, like there's I don't know if you remember a band they're coming. I'm so psyched because I've missed them so many times, and I just can't. There's so much good music coming up. Obviously my artist too, but I'm particularly excited to go see the because I don't know if you know who that is, but
I've heard of them.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see them for 20 years. So this is my big.
It's gonna be great.
Yes, I'm psyched.
So another question, we'll see. This one's the one I love asking. Well, a lot of the roadies because the stories are. But what's the craziest gig you've ever had? And so for you, I'm thinking it'd be in the element of management, to the stories that are like, I don't know, what do you want me to handle? Or what would you think would be one that would be like, oh, this was so, like, it can't even be true. It's so crazy.
There are so many, to be perfectly frank. And I think that's part of the thrill, right? So when you manage rock stars and when you manage astronauts, I have the beautiful fortune to be kind of behind the scenes and helping to create anything from, global events to, supporting people as they launch back up to space or return. So I don't know, pick a lane. You want space or rock and roll?
Why don't we do space, since I always do rock and roll?
Okay.
And next time we have you on, you'll be like, I didn't tell you rock and roll. I'll be like, share.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. So not so much crazy, but I could just say a couple of cool things. So we do have couple of our clients are still going back and forth to space because now in the world of space, the commercial and private astronaut world has opened up. Mm-hmm. So it's a real honor to be able to work with people that are doing that. So our whole team at Unify, we get to help with social media. We get to help with, we attend the launches and get to witness these things.
So neat.
some of the cooler things we've been able to do is set up live feeds with astronauts that are on the space station, with live events, with people here on Earth. So we've done anything from, we did the first ever piano duet from space, so Michael Lopez Alegria was up in space, and Black Bach, we were at a studio in Florida, and then Bach got to play Rocket Man for the astronauts that were on station at that time.
Wow.
And I got to speak to mission control, but I will tell you, it was very nerve-wracking because you just never, you're communicating with space, but talking to mission control directly, I absolutely geeked out, freaked out, geeked out, as I like to say. That was way over the top. That for me was a moment of that combining of music and culture with a virtually unknown musician, right? That we've done things like the first NFT ever made and minted in space. So we got to be a part of that as part of a mission. And just some really beautiful moments where astronauts speak to students on the Earth and get to talk about things like the overview effect. There's only been less than 600 people that have had the privilege really to go to space and back, and the overview effect. I would encourage everyone to learn more about that, but it's definitely a beautiful sentiment where you realize that our Earth, all of us on this Earth, it doesn't matter if you're in Japan or Germany or America, you can be anywhere. When you look at the Earth from above, there are no borders. It's just one planet, and we are all on the same planet. We share the same moon, the same sun, and I think that's a really beautiful sentiment.
Yeah, no, I love it. I do.
So I hope that answers the question.
No, it's a great answer too. I love it. Your answers are very, very good. You're good at this. No, that was really neat. I'm just like visualizing this guy in space playing piano now, thinking, how cool is that? So, and then to up the game, it's a duet with some guy in Florida. I was like, wow, that's so cool. That's a show. That would be a concert. Yeah. Let's do one more. And let's see here. Who could we pick for you? Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.